Picture this scenario because I bet most of you have felt it in the pit of your stomach at least once. You are driving to work, maybe running a few minutes late, and suddenly that check engine light pops on. Your heart sinks. It is not just about the car. It is the physical weight of stress pressing down on your chest. Your heart rate spikes and your brain starts racing through numbers that do not add up. Fixing the problem right now might cost $300, but you have exactly $42 in your bank account until Friday. So you ignore it. You turn up the radio to drown out the rattling noise. You pray that the car will just hold together for a few more days. You feel a sense of shame that you cannot even afford a basic repair. 2 months later, the car breaks down in the middle of the highway. The tow truck costs $200 just to show up. The original broken part has now destroyed your entire transmission because you waited. The repair bill is now $2,000. And because you cannot get to work, you lose 2 shifts and $300 in wages. A $300 problem has officially spiraled into a $2,500 catastrophe. This is not bad luck. This is a mathematical trap. It is the suffocating, measurable, and invisible cost of not having money. If your bank balance never seems to go up despite working harder every year, this is for you. We are talking about why being broke is the most expensive hobby you can have. Financial gurus often tell you that poverty is a result of bad habits. They tell you to stop buying lattes as if $12 a month will change your life. They act as if your struggles are entirely your fault. But that advice ignores a fundamental economic reality known as the boots theory. The theory comes from a character named Sam Bimes. It explains the wealth gap better than most economists with advanced degrees. The theory goes like this. Take 2 men where one is rich and one is poor. The rich man buys $50 boots made of high-quality leather. Those boots last him 10 years. The poor man only has $10 in his pocket today, so he buys cheap boots with cardboard soles. Those boots fall apart after one single season of rain. The next year, he spends another $10. Over 10 years, the poor man spends $100 on boots. That is double what the rich man spent, and yet the poor man still has wet feet every single winter. The rich man is dry, comfortable, and $50 richer. This is the math of being poor. You pay a premium for the lack of capital. This dynamic is everywhere in 2025. Think about toilet paper. Sure. If you have $50, you buy the mega pack at a warehouse club. The cost per roll is 50 cents. But if you only have $4, you buy the 4-pack at the corner store. The cost per roll is $1.50. You are paying 3 times more for the exact same product. This is the poverty premium. It applies to laundry detergent, mayonnaise, and especially diapers. Your inflation rate is technically higher than a rich person's rate. You are perpetually locked out of bulk savings simply because you lack the cash to buy in bulk. The banking system is also designed to punish you for stumbling. If you have $10,000, you get no fees and free checks. The bank treats you like royalty because you do not need their help. But if you have $20 and a small subscription hits your account, you go negative. The bank hits you with a $35 overdraft fee. You effectively borrowed $5 for a day, and it cost you $35. That is an interest rate of 700%. If a loan shark did that, they would go to jail. When a bank does it, it is called standard policy. The rich get paid interest while the poor pay interest for the privilege of being broke. Psychology also plays a role through a concept called the scarcity mindset. Studies have shown that when you are worried about rent, your functional intelligence actually drops. Your functional IQ can drop by as much as 13 points. That is the equivalent of missing a full night of sleep. Your brain is so consumed with immediate survival that you cannot make long-term strategic decisions. This is why people take payday loans with 400% interest. It is not because they are dumb or irresponsible. It is because their mental bandwidth is maxed out just trying to survive the week. The rich man saves mental energy because he does not worry about his feet getting wet. He uses that brain power to learn new skills or find better investments. The poor man is stuck in a loop of constant low-level panic. Let us talk about the hidden tax on your time. If you have a washer and dryer in your home, laundry takes 5 minutes of active work. But if you have to go to a laundromat, it costs you $5 in quarters. It also costs you 2 hours of your life every single week. You have to travel there, wait, and travel back. That is 2 hours you cannot spend working or resting. If you value your time at even minimum wage, the cost of that laundry is astronomical. The same applies to your health. If you have money, you go to the dentist for a $50 cleaning. If you do not have money, you wait until the cavity becomes a root canal. Now that $50 cleaning is a $2,000 emergency. Everything is harder when you do not have a buffer. Look at the car market in the United States today. A wealthy person buys a reliable used car for $20,000. They pay cash or get a low-interest loan at 5%. That car runs for 10 years with simple maintenance. The person with bad credit goes to a predatory buy, here pay here lot. They buy a high-mileage clunker for $8,000. The interest rate is often 24%. They pay $15,000 over the life of the loan for a car worth $4,000. The car usually breaks down before the loan is even paid off. They are paying for a dead car while trying to finance a new one. This is the poverty trap in high definition. Renting is another version of the Boots theory. When you rent, you pay 100% interest and gain zero equity. You are paying your landlord's mortgage plus their profit margin. But you cannot save a down payment because your rent is 50% of your income. You pay more monthly for an apartment you will never own. It is expensive to be poor because you are renting your entire existence. Understanding this math is the only way to break the equation. The first step is not getting rich, but stopping the bleeding. You need to create a buffer at all costs. An emergency fund of $1,000 is your greatest weapon against the system. When you have that cash, a flat tire is a minor annoyance rather than a life-altering crisis. That money allows you to increase your insurance deductible to lower your monthly bills. It allows you to buy toilet paper in bulk and fix small leaks before they destroy your floor. Liquidity switches the game from defense to offense. Stop asking if you can afford the monthly payment. Start asking about the total cost of ownership over 10 years. Companies bank on your late fees and your overdrafts. When you use the Boots theory to make decisions, you become a bad customer for them. But you become a great chief financial officer for your own life. Wealth grows on a curve that bends upwards slowly and then very fast. There are 3 tipping points you need to know about. The first tipping point is when your investments earn more in a year than you contribute. This is the moment your money starts to have a life of its own. The second tipping point is when your investments earn as much as your actual job pays. This is where you have effectively cloned yourself. The third tipping point is when your portfolio can support your lifestyle forever. The first $100,000 is the hardest part of the journey. It is the dead zone where the math feels like it is working against you. But once you cross that line, the momentum shifts in your favor. The second million arrives much faster than the first. Audit your life today for vampire costs. Identify where you are bleeding money simply because you lack capital. Identify the biggest leak in your boat and plug it first. Ruthlessly cut everything else until you can build that $1,000 buffer. If you need $500 to stop your car from burning oil, do whatever it takes to get it. Selling your old clothes or working an extra shift is a strategic strike. You are buying your way out of the trap one pair of boots at a time. The wind is in your face at the start of the climb. But once you see being poor as a mathematical penalty, you can stop blaming yourself. Attack the penalties themselves with logic and patience. Buy the boots that last 10 years whenever you finally can. Buy the freedom to say no to predatory loans. Walk right out of the hole. We do not talk about these mathematical traps enough in our society. If this sparks something in you, please share it with someone who is struggling. We will not stop until we all have high-quality boots. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.